We knew Dragon Age the Veilguard was going to be bad, but we didn't know it was going to be this bad. It is the biggest woke nightmare perhaps ever at this juncture. I know it's easy to say that, but I mean, these people keep doubling down and making things worse every single time, and you can't make this stuff up. We have a giant leak as to what's going on, and this is going to crash the entire franchise. They're going to go full Ubisoft. We'll get into this news in just a moment. Hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. Join us here. Really appreciate you for being here and appreciate you for watching the channel. I'd love you to join my newsletter. I am a fiction writer, and I write science fiction and comic books. And on my newsletter, I give away a novella, a novel, and a full graphic novel, which is the first volume of my Flying Sparks series, which you'll really enjoy. Keep up to date here, and I appreciate you guys for being there and being a part of everything that we're trying to grow to build alternative, sort of media in addition to this sort of stuff. And I appreciate all the readers out there. It's been a great month. And this link's in the description below, along with a bunch of other ways to support me. You can look at Amazon, Subscribestar, and you guys are awesome folk. Thank you. I know all these people don't want to focus on gamers, but we do, because you guys are the ones who like really understand the culture and really just understand entertainment. It's really silly that these people do everything they can to virtue signal against you all the time, to virtue signal against their own customers. It's so stupid. But here we go with Dragon Age the Veilguard. Here's the leak. The worst fears are confirmed. It says, Grum says this is the end of Bioware. So there's an interview with a game tester who reveals all alleged rumors from testing in 2023 build highlights. Game is super woke. Pronouns in your face. Well, we knew that was coming just from the character generator with all the top surgery stuff that they were doing in there. Quinari Companion literally introduces themselves. Grums, don't do that. Come on. With the immersion-breaking modern language, I identify myself as non-binary. Romances were and still may be gender-locked unless you choose a pronoun other than he, him. You must be pansexual or you are restricted to 2 romance options, Nev and Harding, while the other choices may romance anyone. This might have changed due to BG3 success and influence. Solas is sidelined hard, made into a minor character with little importance or development until suddenly important at the end of the game, and that ending is baffling, not in a good way. The story is a disappointment after disappointment. Facial animation is Andromeda all over again. This is the worst. Oh my gosh. And plastic, which I assume is a lot of in-my-face and tired quality. Inquisitor and Inquisition is corrupt and may not be of any help even if you didn't disband it. Choices don't matter. It's Mass Effect 3 again. Oh gosh, wow. Rook is sidelined. The backstory is wasted. Just a guy in a bar, very much diminished. Tester feedback was ignored. Boss said, it's very good feedback, but I can't send it to them, the devs. It's very good, but... and so this is one of those things that we're seeing more and more in the video game industry, that the feedback that's coming in from the testers and things like that are not getting to the higher-ups, because the higher-ups have such bloated egos at this point that you can't tell them anything's bad. You have to just tell them everything's good, everything's good, everything's good repeatedly because you'll get fired. And this is something that's gone on not just in video games, but in the Hollywood entertainment industry and the like. They've just surrounded themselves with yes men, and it's causing a lot of problems for these games because they could be stopped in their tracks from all these problems happening all over before. Grey Warden Davrin, a newcomer who never finished his training, gets to influence and make important decisions for the Grey Warden solely because he's a person of color. He gets to decide everything. Oh, yay. This is the thing. They love to replace characters and not give them backstories and just like make them into tokens. It's really funny how these woke operate. It's like they're always telling you you're racist and you need to put more representation. Then every time they put in their quote representation, it's always some kind of like stereotype, ridiculous thing. Unbelievable stuff, but it's ridiculous. And I mean, if I was a black person, I'd get offended at just like seeing this, because it's like you're getting pandered to in the worst way, where it really isn't representative of anything. It's not just a character. It's like, hi, here's the black guy. And now he's in charge. Yay. The segment of gameplay, The Fade, is a boring walking simulator with just some fetch quests. This is a lot to digest, guys. Wow. The other major characters like Varric turned into mere advisors and pushed to the back of the story. Very weird, because they were just giving interviews out there, if you guys didn't know, where they were talking about how they weren't going to bring a lot of the old characters back because there's no reason to unless there's like some grand story reason to do so. And it's like, well, you're the story writers. Like, aren't you supposed to create the reason? Like, when there's popular characters in a franchise, aren't you supposed to do something with them? It's not that hard. I mean, I'm a writer, guys, and a lot of people ask for continuations of characters and things like that, where I've finished like a book or whatnot. And if I get a lot of that from my fan base, I look at that and I go, you know what? I'm going to try to like give the fans what they want and give them a little bit of a character sort of thing. I have that situation with the book I'm writing right now, and it's in a universe that like there were some characters people liked and they wanted to see what happened with them. Even though the story doesn't star them, I did put them into it because the fans were emailing me telling me this. And I'm like, oh, well, I better show what's going on with them right now just like to make sure the fans are happy. That's how you're supposed to handle things. It's not that hard, you'd think, as a writer. But when you get with these corporate people, for some reason, like, they have this attitude where they have to leave their own mark on everything. It has to be theirs, even if it's an established franchise. And that's why all these like IPs that are brands just go to crap and end up being skin suits of what they were, because they don't actually respect what came before. They're not fans who are trying to like do something good for fans. They're trying to like make their own thing and make it their own every single time. And it always fails because these people never have the talent to be able to actually do that, which is why they're writing for IP brands and not their own things to create. Hey, yeah, I'll throw shade at them. Why not? It's so far removed from Origins that it's crazy that it's in the same universe. And that's exactly what I was just talking about. These people don't want to just like look at something and go, okay, this is good, and so we're going to build on it. They want to go, I want to build my own thing, and they try to reinvent the wheel when there's something already good and established. Now, this is the opposite of what was done with Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. If you looked at what the Saber Interactive CEO said, he went out there and like he understood. They went and they researched the lore, they respected the lore, they gave the fans what they wanted. And just the stark contrast between the woke people who want to make their own thing so badly while working on another IP, it's like, why don't you just go do that? Like, stop working on these properties. Stop getting jobs with these properties if it's not what you truly want to do. It's insane to me. But industry clout is more important to them than even that, and so it just ends up a jumbled mess every single time. This is the end of Bioware, the interview concludes. Final nail in the coffin for a great studio and great franchise. Very, very sad. I loved when Dragon Age came out back in the day, and it's just gone downhill every single release. So sad to watch this great franchise go away. So, yeah, Nuri, I don't know how to say that, is got a video on this that apparently I'll go watch after the video I do here, and it says it's going to be a complete disaster. And yikes, this is a lot to unpack, like I said. Now, the main thing that we get right away is that it is completely woke. And from even that standpoint, you know that it's going to be a disaster. And all the other stuff aside, once you get into the woke stuff, you know that 100% of the time, these people are not focusing on creating a good experience for gamers. They're not focusing on actually respecting the lore of what came before. You know that they're going to go this direction every single time. And so Dragon Age Veilguard is going to fail spectacularly. It's going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows for BioWare. And I don't think that BioWare is at a point like where they can even survive this. Ubisoft is getting very, very close to just like destroying themselves too. I know that their workers are going on strike and it's been delayed over there. They're talking about scrapping large elements of the game. I mean, they're in big trouble over there. They might be able to hang because of just how big Ubisoft is. But BioWare is not quite that big. A big disaster for something like Dragon Age Veilguard is going to sink the company entirely. And yikes, this is a crazy way to end the year with this kind of leak coming out. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. This is the nuttiest news of the day. And of course, gamers everywhere are already boycotting this game. Grums is calling for a boycott of the game. Just like, this type of stuff can't be tolerated. It really can't. There's no reason to buy a game that you know is going to be terrible just because it has the brand to it. And that's what we got to do with all these AAA projects, is just flatten the curve by telling these companies, no, play the old games, have some fun, do something else. It's not a difficult thing to do. We can influence the culture, and we've been doing it. They're scared. That's why they're calling us toxic fandom. Just keep it going, guys, and watch these companies fail because of their own woke agendas. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please sign up for my newsletter. Get some great books and enjoy your weekend. I appreciate you guys for being here and being the best people out there. I know that Alyssa Mercante doesn't want you guys around, but we do. We do. All right. We'll see you soon.